Hello, everybody. Shoe Shack Redemption here, bringing you part one of season number 19, if you believe it. Coming off 6 straight championships. Kevin Garnett winning his second Finals MVP, sweeping the Minnesota Timberwolves. Unfortunately, Kevin Garnett is one of 2 key players to leave the Pacers during the offseason after declining his player option. He and Grant Hill both declining their player options, and the Pacers unable to give them an offer because we were at the hard cap of the salary cap, so could only make minimum offers to fill the team. So while that seems sad, we've still got a super team in place, and excited to see what Dirk does. Dirk went up 4 in the offseason and is now better than Garnett was or is, and we've got plenty of people to take the place. So here's the starting lineup to start off the season. I did decide to start Nash, Payton, and Kobe just because Vince shoots too much. So we already have enough shots to go around here, or don't have enough shots to go around really in the starting lineup. So didn't want to put Carter in with these guys. So instead Nash doesn't shoot quite as much, better distributor. So he's in the starting lineup. We are going 10-man to start this season. We will see how long that lasts. Kind of letting Manu and Richardson figure out who deserves the playing time more. And if one of them starts doing poorly, we'll probably give the other more minutes, maybe give Vince a few more. Got some good reserves down here. Karl Malone already tried to retire last offseason, so here we go with his final run, trying to win his first championship, an 8-time All-Star, a couple-time All-Defense. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the simulation. Hopefully we can get through this without any horrific injuries like we've had before. So I think I did everything. We're good to go. Let's get going. First against the Pistons. Won by 14. It's the team of Jason Kidd and not much else. Kidd had a really good game. Eddie Curry was the 6th pick in the draft. It's their starting center. Alright, kicking it off, we had double-doubles from Payton and Shaq. 5 steals as well from Payton. So, point guard battle. Very similar stat lines, really, between Kidd and Payton. I guess technically Payton's my shooting guard right now. I didn't change their positions, though. Kobe, only 11 points to start off the season. Nash fouled out. That's kind of random. I guess Jason Kidd was just taking it to him. Powell's debut after getting selected first. Makes one of his 2 shots, 3 boards, and a foul. Could have been worse. I guess it's technically Richardson's debut as well, the 7th pick. Not as good. Manu definitely won that one. Alright, continue on. We got a close win over the Hornets, and then we lose to the Nets by 12. Okay. 31 over the Knicks. Shaq had a big game. 8 offensive rebounds. Kobe 19. I didn't really notice what Dirk did in that first game. Nash not much. Powell didn't shoot. Okay. The Knicks, so they've had a couple high draft picks and have done nothing to help them. So they got Kmart with the first pick last year, and then Joe Johnson here in the past offseason. The 4th pick. I imagine they're going to both average lots of points. Barely beating the Hornets. Gary Payton has been pretty consistent so far. Dirk gets a 20-point game. Shaq has 5 blocks. Kobe was at least better than he's been so far. Manu was 0 for 4. Wallace 9 boards. Powell missed all of his shots. Hornets got Big Dog in the offseason, so his third team of his career. He's been super consistent scorer. Kevin Johnson still playing at age 35. Might be starting for them, it looks like. Dikembe Mutombo getting double-doubles still. He's also 35. And then we lose to the Nets, who have not lost a game yet. They do have a pretty solid roster. Vin Baker getting 21. Olajuwon fouled out in 18 minutes. They got Terrell Brandon. Rafer is the backup, looks like. Eddie Jones. Looks like we just didn't have enough firepower. I guess they shot pretty well. Kobe gets a double-double. Peyton with a double-double. Shaq only had 13. Richardson 0 for 4. So far it's looking like Richardson might not need to be playing. So we're 4 games in and have our first loss. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that. Ginobili shooting 42%. Richardson shooting 25%. Overall, that's 3 for 12. Vince is shooting 60, so I think Vince Carter should probably get some more minutes. Let's go ahead and get Richardson out of the lineup here. We can give Manu, actually Kobe, this one's where it's harder, because Carter's already playing a whole lot in a row. We can give him a little break here. Alright, so Vince gained 3, and Ginobili took the rest. Let's save that now. And we'll go to 9-man. Jason, I'm sure will get the chance to play soon enough. It says Malone should play, but I don't have enough big man minutes to go around for that. Alright. Let's see if we can bounce back strong here against the Celtics. We do. Alright, that's a 27-point win. Celtics are pretty good record-wise. Kobe gets 33. Shaq with 11. That's not great. Ginobili gets those extra minutes, goes 1 for 5. Carter gets those extra minutes, goes 3 for 12, 0 for 5 from downtown. So that didn't look like a great plan. Tim Hardaway's a new Celtic. Still have Stackhouse and Gill. Kings have 1 win. We beat them by 14. Didn't score that much. 5 for 19 for Alonzo Mourning. That's awful. He is scoring almost the most of his career. Kobe and Shaq leading the way. Peyton was 2 for 11. Manu bounced back. Carter gets 10 free throws, makes them all. And 27 over the Bucks. Kobe and Carter. Shaq 4 blocks, 14 rebounds. Nash was struggling. It looks like Powell's been struggling too. It says 36%. Oh boy. But Ben Wallace is not doing any better. Wallace is possibly on the trade block before the deadline, but that's kind of dependent on Pau Gasol being good. Wallace had some bad injuries last year and didn't do super well. You can see his per 36 blocks were down a lot. His field goal percentage was down a lot. He didn't play that many games, but still should have been better. The Bucks led by Earl Boykins. They've got Ron Artest still. He's shooting terrible. One thing I wanted to see. Okay, they did. When I went in at the beginning, there were no practices set up for anything. Like, why is there not a shoot around here? I thought there was shoot around before every game. That was random. Why are we studying film so much? Is that just our Monday thing to do? Let's do a conditioning. I know I don't spend too much time on this, but let's do... Okay, do I let Pal... Let's try to get through November before making any other lineup changes. That's a big win over the Celtics. Corliss Williamson in a second for Malone. No thanks. The Warriors are the team that signed Michael Jordan in what will be his last season. But let's first look at this 41-point win over the Celtics. The second time we played the Celtics, whooped on him this time. Dirk with probably a career-high 34 points. Sure is. All right. He's having a great start to the season. Per 36, averaging more of everything. Kobe and Shaq. So 3 guys over 25. Steve Nash almost got to 20 as well. Gary Payton struggled 2 for 11. Then we beat the Warriors. They are 8-3. So they have Webber, Pippen, Jordan, and Steve Francis. They're a good threat to at least, I'd say, the Western Conference Finals. Kobe and Shaq, like to see them at the top. Carter 2 for 10. It seems like every game we have somebody shooting just terribly. Anthony Peeler. So I just named all those people, and Anthony Peeler leads their team. They also signed Penny Hardaway. So Jordan, averaging more points than he has in the last 3 years. Shooting better. That's kind of fun. Francis is down a little bit. Forgot to have Al Harrington, too. This is a good team. Brevin Knight is playing quite a bit, it looks like. Although Webber got hurt. Steven Jackson fouled out. Penny's averaging 11. I don't see Scottie Pippen, so Pippen's hurt, too. What happened to Webber? He doesn't have an injury, so it was like a 1 to 2 day thing, it looks like. Alright, and then 13 over the Raptors. Rashid and Finley. Dirk leads the way again. Wouldn't mind those 3 doing that sort of thing every time. Maybe Shaq could have more than 6 rebounds. Peyton only 3 assists. Got 2 games against the Suns here. Alright, lots of scoring there. We got a 50-point win over the Heat. This is the team MJ played for like a decade, if not more. And then he left, and now they're not so good. They still have a rather old team. Sabonis 36, Smith 32, Richmond 36, Ellison his 30s. They're not as old as they were last year, though. Because they also had Otis Thorpe and somebody else. Kobe, Carter, and Shaq this time. Dirk almost got to 20. Peyton didn't shoot very well, but otherwise good. Nash only 1 for 6. Hopefully 2 for 2 gets Powell on the right track. So we win by 50, and then we win by 40 against the Hawks, who were pretty terrible, 3-12. Kobe goes off for 34. Steve Nash with a big double-double. Shaq only missed 1 shot, had 4 more blocks. Dirk not great. Shaq fouled out, Manu fouled out, and Peyton fouled out, so we were just fouling all over the place. Manu fouled out in just 17 minutes. Who we send to the line? Anton Jameson, who's averaging a career high so far points. It looks like he's mostly who they have to score. And then 36 over the Sun. Oh, they're 2-15. The Allen Iverson-led Suns are 2-15. So maybe that's saying something. Maybe it wasn't just him that took the Sixers to the finals. It was like the closest thing to a one-person team, I would say, that made it that far. But here he is, can't carry the Suns. They have no interior presence. I think this was the team I actually made Chris Mills a power forward because they have nobody. I mean, their center is Evan Eschmeyer. Everybody else is at most a small forward. Crawford should probably be scoring a bit more. They just drafted Jefferson with the second pick. Looks like they're going to have another good one here upcoming. And if they get the number one pick, that's Yao Ming. And even, higher up, as long as they're higher up, they can get Stoudemire, Yao, Boozer. They've got all sorts of options in this draft class for big guys. Looks like they're tanking already. We got 3 guys over 20 again. Seem pretty consistent with that. It's just kind of a rotating trio. It's not been Peyton lately. 1 for 6 Manu. Again, we're going to get through November to see how things are doing before we make any more changes. So then we only beat the Suns by 10. Kobe and Shaq again at the top. Shaq didn't even have a block in that one. We got Nash and Peyton with similar double-doubles. And Iverson scores 36 that time. Kerry Kittles getting 20. Let's see, Iverson was the first pick. Kittles was the 9th pick. I'm going to look here. Yeah, we can do a day off. Why not? Just making sure things are looking good here. We don't need to study film very often, I don't think. We probably should before we play the Nets whenever that happens, since they beat us. Alright, let's get through the end of November. Kobe Bryant broke his ankle. Uh-oh. Well, Vince Carter can come in and try to play that role, I guess. Makes the most sense. I guess we might as well look now to see what changes need to be made. Shawn Marion's probably going to play in this lineup. Again, I only have 14 people because I'm at the hard cap, and you can only sign minimum contracts up to the minimum roster size, which is 14. So Kobe's been absolutely amazing. So of course he had to break his ankle. His threes haven't been as good, but otherwise his scoring has been just ridiculous. Career highs. All right, Powell. Okay, 49%. He's definitely looking good. Richardson, we already saw him. Ben Wallace got his up to 50%, getting a little more blocks. Rebounds are awesome. Manu's 37, so probably split that evenly with Richardson. Shaq shooting 60%, not quite scoring what he did the last 2 years, but that's probably because Kobe's been obnoxious, and Dirk is scoring more. Carter's also scoring more. I guess it's the same for 36. He's actually about to start the first game of his career, I believe, yep. Because he's been my 6th man. Peyton's Shooting percentage dropped a little bit, but actually scoring a bit more. And Nash is doing well. Alright, let's see what this looks like. One thing I could consider if this doesn't work very well is starting like Sean Marion, or somebody that doesn't need to shoot a whole bunch. But we'll see. Carter's not going to play as much as Kobe. I think I've got to have. I'm going to go 10 man. Sean Marion's going to play. So let's do 3, 3. And then Carter's mostly going to play small forward since all these guys are shooting guards. Still going to let Carter play mostly what Kobe's rotation was because he shoots a lot and we want him in when Shaq is out, pretty much. Don't want Marion in a whole bunch in the fourth quarter, probably. All right, 15 for Richardson. We got 25 is probably too much for Manu right now since he's not shooting well. So 22, 15, 12 for Marion. That seems doable. Carter's at 33. All right. I probably have a no. I guess that's probably it. No KB. All right, we are back to 10 man. It says Carter should play 26. He's going to be at 33. I don't know if this changes my thought of possibly trading Carter because he is also in his last year of his rookie contract and is going to want more money. And a team at the hard cap, that's not really something I want to do with a lot of people. So I was thinking of trading Wallace and or Carter and trying to get a full team out of it too. So if I can trade one or both of them and get an extra guy out of it, that would be helpful to have some depth so I'm not stuck at 14 players like I currently am. Marion did get to play a little bit in the last 2 years, started a game both seasons. It's pretty good last year when he played, so see how he does in these 12 minutes. Well, we just won by 60 in that game, so that's nice. Also, I'm going to do injury rehab to bring Kobe back. I said like 2 to 4 months, I think, so at least he's going to be back this season, but make it faster if we can. We barely squeaked by the Bulls with that new starting lineup. Hopefully there's enough scoring off the bench. Manu, Richardson, Powell, they can all score, and I try to split up kind of when scorers are on the court. Beat the Knicks by 20. Speedy Claxton randomly gets 20 points. I don't see Joe Johnson, so he must be hurt. Dirk leads the way with 26. There's Vance with 24. Shaq's down here with 11 on 3 for 10 shooting. Payton 5 steals. That's a good stat line. 18, 5, 13, and 5. Beat the Hornets by 48 after, I think, barely beating them earlier in the year. Bonzi Wells, Abdul Rauf, 69 overall. So they've got Abdul Rauf and Kevin Johnson. Maybe they're bouncing back and forth between starting. Interesting collection of people there. Kobe goes for 37 in the game before he breaks his ankle. Peyton and Dirk. Shaq with 6 blocks. Blocks he averaging 2.8 is almost a career high other than his rookie season. And here we are, the 60-point win over the 3-13 Pistons. Kobe had 21 points in 19 minutes, so he was on his way to like a high 30s performance, it seems. Peyton got to the line a lot. We were 30 of 40 at the line. Shaq only had 12, but other guys scored a lot. Wallace had 11 boards. Tony Parker got to play because of the injury, I guess. Carter did get to play when Kobe went out. Oh boy. Well, they don't have Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd is hurt. So this is just an awful, awful team. And then we barely beat the 4-14 Bulls, who have 0 scoring. This was in overtime. What in the world? This is overall one of the worst teams in the league. Their best player, I think, is Danny Ferry at 76 overall. Let's see. Ron Mercer is also 76. I'm sorry, Adama Foyle is 77. This team is really, really bad, and we just won by 3 in overtime. Because nobody scored 20 points. We didn't shoot very well. Definitely not from 3. Missed 9 free throws. Shaq only had 16. Peyton was 2 for 10. Manu 1 for 6. Oh boy. Marion didn't do too bad in his first game of the season. Alright, let's go see what happened around the league so far. Oh, this was the first year with the G League, so that stuff's going to get in the way. Suns fire Pete Tatum. That was evidently in the off season. No, November 13th. So they've already gone through their coaches. They've already made a coaching change. November 13th. That was the 4th week of the year. 3rd week, pretty much. That's the Allen Iverson team. Kobe has the worst injury in the league. Tracy McGrady still coming off his torn ACL from last year. We got 3 different people with Player of the Week for the Pacers. Kobe, Shaq, and Peyton. Marbury's won it twice for the West along with Weber. Player of the Month, Kidd and Marbury, Kobe and Weber. Wasn't there only like 1 game in October? Or 1 week? I had 2 games in October and we're giving out Players of the Month for it? Okay. So Kobe gets it before he breaks his ankle. Rookie of the Month, Joe Johnson, no surprise, although he's hurt evidently. Or was. Jefferson, Curry, Randolph. No consistency there so far. I believe... Okay, so Peyton will re-sign now. Shaq will as well. Shaq, I should probably go ahead and lock... Well, okay, so here's the deal. I had a chance to re-sign or extend Grant Hill, and I didn't. And then I couldn't give him an offer because of the hard cap. So I think if I have any interest in keeping Gary Payton, I've got to re-sign him here. He is 33, but still 90 overall. One of the best defenders in the league. Shaq, my only thought was he's been going down, so maybe if I wait till next year to re-sign him, since he has 2 years left, I could wait to see what he wants next year. Oh, I can see what is Carter going to want. 7. It's not as bad as I thought. Who else are we going to have to sign? Dirk's about to need an extension. He's going to want lots of money. Marion's actually would take a pay cut. That's weird. But he has an option. So it seems like if Gasol's good to go, this is the guy I'd trade. He's being overpaid right now, according to this. And he's got a player option, which because of that, he'll probably accept. So it's hard to trade his defense. 95, 92. Oh, his rebound's amazing. It doesn't get better defensively. He wasn't on the court much at all last year, and we have Pau Gasol now. So, and not to mention Karl Malone, who's happy to play if he can here in his final season. So I'll probably wait till the deadline. Maybe teams will be more willing to trade, but we don't have. Oh, we do have a mock draft. So I have the Blazers pick, which is possibly Yao Ming. I also have the Pistons pick, and we just saw that Jason Kidd, when he doesn't play, the Pistons are just terrible. I think it's funny that the Suns right now are projected to draft. Oh no, that's their. Oh, they don't have their pick. The Raptors have their pick, so they're not going to get Allen Iverson help. Wow, unless it's protected. So we currently have half of the top 10 potentially. I have the Knicks pick too, and they're bad. The Bulls are bad. I don't have their pick. Just thinking about the rosters. I thought the Bucks were bad. Where are the Bucks? I do have their. Oh my gosh, I have so many picks. Pacers have like half the draft, it looks like. It's fun. Quick look at the standings. Pacers 4 games above the Nets. Nuggets 15-3. Who's on their team? This is the David Robinson team. I mean, it's a well-rounded team, but Jason Terry's 6th man's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know about 15-3, but looking pretty good. The Warriors. I hate that they don't have their jerseys that go with this logo. It's one of the few jersey updates that this My NBA era does not have, it seems. Alright, and last thing I'll look at before continuing. That's not what I wanted. League leaders. Iverson, Martin. So, class of 96 leading the way here. Top 3. Big drop-off down to the 20s here, though. So Grant Hill in his first year away from the Pacers, averaging a career-high 20 points. No surprise there. Probably going to make an all-star team again. I also wanted to see what Garnett's doing. Garnett joined Tim Duncan in Seattle. Duncan's only averaging 16. He's shooting amazing, though. So maybe Garnett is taking shots away. I guess I need to go to the... Here we go. Well, he's only averaging 15, which is about what he was doing for me. Not playing even as much as I was playing him. That's interesting. They do also have Rick Smits, Tony Kukoc, so there's only so many minutes for the big guys. Hopefully Smits retires soon. He's played a couple extra seasons already. Baron Davis is only averaging 10 points. That seems wrong. What is happening? He's not shooting very well. Alright, let's keep going. Did I already do... I think I already did the practices because Kobe was hurt. Alright, our first look at the class of 02. Go by position. Jay Williams, best point guard here. Shooting guards, not so great. Small forwards, we got Caron Butler, Tayshaun, the new GM of the Warriors, Mike Dunleavy, Murray Stoudemire, we got Boozer, Drew Gooden. We have our first, well, he just retired, but we've finally reached a player that's been active here recently. was the oldest player in the league, now about to be a rookie in this universe. Gotta get Yao. So really not a deep draft. Just go ahead and mostly power forwards and centers that are looking good. We'll probably, I'm sure, get to everybody. Ben Wallace is hurt. That's another thing I have to consider. If I wait till the trade deadline, somebody might be hurt that I actually want to trade. We are going to take him out and let Karl Malone play. And we're going to make him not active because Kobe can't play with his injury. Wallace could, and I don't want him to. Malone, how many minutes did he play last year? 25. Does he have stamina? 81, so probably don't want to overdo it. Alright, we've got to switch those guys. And then Pow is the center. Anytime Shaq is out. Just there. And here. Probably give Dirk a couple more minutes. Although, I mean, 13 for Malone, 19 for Powell, that seems fine. But Dirk's been amazing. Well, let's just try that. So this is, I feel like this is a lineup I did last year. No Kobe and Wallace because they both got hurt. Alright, so we're 10 man still. Gonna see what Karl Malone does. Just beat the Rockets. And then we lose to the Hornets. So we beat them by 48 in Charlotte, and now we lose by 10 at home. That makes sense. Alright, 8 points over the Heat. Shaq with a great game. Carter. Gary Payton was not shooting well. Richardson makes all his shots. Nick Van Exel, 21 and 11. His scoring is needed more this year with MJ off the team. Beat the Rockets by 25. Mike Miller, in his second year, now averaging 20 points a game. That's with Marbury still, like, leading the league in scoring. Okay. It's their 1-2 punch, I guess. Dirk, 28 and 9. This was the game Wallace got hurt, I believe. So Dirk, Shaq had another double-double. Nash 1 point away from a double-double. Beat the Blazers by 16. They're 3 and 21. That was the pick I have, right? That was the number 1. Shane Battier in his rookie season gets probably like a career high so far. Yep, 21 points allowed. Makes 4 threes. They got Rip, Randolph, Bibby. Rick Fox was 1 for 7. Peyton and Shaq lead the way. Nash double-double. So Powell's extra minutes here. Only 2 for 4. Richardson, 2 for 10. Settle down, dude. Karl Malone's Pacers debut gets 4 points, 3 boards, 2 blocks, a steal. Goes 2 for 5. Not bad. And then this stupid loss to the Hornets. Shaq actually had a good game. Peyton has too many of those shooting games. Nash only 6 assists. Carter shot well, just not very much. Dirk didn't do much. Malone was good in his minutes. Powell didn't make a shot. 2 for 7, Richardson. Bonzi Wells, he's been at the top twice now when I've played them. He's averaging 18 points a game. Alright, let's see. Richardson's up to 38% now. Manu's down to 34. Well, one of them has to do well. I don't really have another option. I guess Marion can play more. That's actually what we're going to do because it seems like he's earned it. Sean Marion going to take some of these small forward minutes. I guess Richardson can take a few away from Ginobili. Marion's doing better, so might as well give him the minutes to see what he can do. Switch those around. All right. We are at the 11th before the Wizards. Try not to hurt my people here. Strength medium seems to be a little bit much. Oh, I need to do the injury rehab too. Forgot about that. Well, let's do some conditioning and then rehab. I said we were here. I don't know if it hurts to do injury rehab like every day. We'll do it every once in a while, I guess. Alright, get through this week here. Ben Wallace has returned. Alright, mailman, you did well. You're no longer needed in the starting or in the rotation. We will let Powell have a few of these minutes. I guess I didn't realize I have him playing these 2 random minutes here. Don't know why I did that. Oh, I had Marion playing instead of Richardson there. Something like that. See if Shaq needs a rest. And he says it's okay. We play the Nets. That's one of the teams we lost to. So let's do a study film. See if that matters. Probably not. I don't know if any of this matters really. Well, we lost to the Nets again, and now Steve Nash is hurt for 4 to 6 weeks. So Gary Payton's going to be my point guard. I think Sean Marion's going to start. And then Tony Parker has to play. Which is fine. He was the 5th pick. Barely got to play so far. This is going to be fun. Well, Peyton's probably only playing point guard at this point. We'll just leave his rotation pretty much the same. Parker at 14 seems doable. We will let, I guess Marion can finish the game. $26, probably doesn't need that much. Oh, that needs to be Parker, not Nash. Nash can't play. Okay, how's that looking? 15 for Richardson. Ginobili's at 24. Powell I gave a couple more, something like that. Okay, so this is no Kobe or Nash. Makes things kind of interesting. Continue to be 10-man. My depth is more at... It's hard to play all these guys without playing 80 overall Karl Malone, but I can't. I mean, between Shaq, Dirk, Wallace, and Gasol, there are not enough minutes to go around. Said Sean Marion should play 10 minutes. That's not good. Maybe Dirk should play small forward. Alright, well, 2 losses to the Nets out of our 3. Whooped on the Wizards. Shaq had season high 34, only missed 2 shots. Carter with 20. Marion with 12 and 15 minutes. Peyton double-double. Nash was awful. Damon Jones leading the team for the Wizards. This is the team with McGrady still recovering. Ray Allen had 9 points. You'd think he'd be averaging just an absurd amount of points for this team. Beat the Rockets there 12 and 12. There's Nash. He just got injured in the last game, so his last full game there. 2 double-doubles for the point guards. Dirk with a good one. Marion only 1 for 5. Shaq only 11 points. Marbury scores 34. His average has gone up. Sean Kemp's down here with 3 points on 1 for 11 shooting. He's had a respectable career. So I lost by how many before? 12. Now I lost by 10. So getting a little better. That one was in New Jersey. So was that one. So I do have 1 home loss against the Hornets, but Nets I'm losing to on the road. Hakeem gets 24, saying he's retiring after playing the last... This was his 7th season in New Jersey, so I don't know what is going to happen with his jersey, if he's going to get retired in New Jersey for 7. He didn't play in Boston long enough for those 3. I think he did play in Portland long enough, 8 seasons and multiple Defensive Players of the Year. I don't know if it matters what they did. He's a 6-time Defensive Player of the Year. 93-95 was with... Well, those are with Boston, so... I don't know. New Jersey might retire it. Hard to say. Dirk leads the way. Shaq, 14. Pau Gasol with 14 and 17 minutes. Peyton, again, not a good shooting outing. get our way here. We lost back-to-back games. This one to the Hawks, who I'm pretty sure are terrible. Don't know what's happening right now. Barely beat the Magic. The Hawks are 9-18 and have a win over the Pacers. We lost the fourth quarter. We had the lead going into it. Lamar Odom gets 22. Jamison didn't do as much this time. This does not look like a team we should be losing to. It wasn't Shaq's fault. Dirk was alright. Peyton 4 for 12. Manu 2 for 7. Carter was awful, 3 for 11. Ben Wallace, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks. Wow. So this was Parker's first game, right? Yeah. 10 points, 3 assists. Not bad. It's really good, actually, off the bench. Beat the Magic by 2. There's Vince. That's more like it. 1 for 7, Richardson. Elton Brand, averaging less for some reason. Where's Jermaine? Oh, he had 4 points. They're both averaging less. I don't see somebody that would be stealing the points from them. They're just scoring less as a team, it looks like. At least we beat the Sixers by more, 17. Shaq with a big game, 4 steals for him. Vince with like his first double-double ever, possibly. No, he had 1 last year. His 3-pointers have been pretty bad. He's 77 at them. Per 36, averaging less of just about everything. I think his potential is only like a B+. Yep. So he's probably done going up. So I think it makes sense to trade him. I just don't know. I don't know that I want to trade him while Kobe's hurt. Nick Anderson, 17 points per game for the Sixers. They also have 3D. That's cool. He's averaging more. We have a Christmas game against the Clippers. Let's go ahead and let's just do injury rehab, and then you can have Christmas Eve off. I'm not going to study film. Seems my team fatigue 52%. That seems high. I don't know. We've got 2 days off after this back-to-back. And we play the Hornets, so let's do a little study film session there. We'll give a day off. Sure, okay. We've got 4 straight away games for this week, so that's a fun way to end the year. We did win our Christmas game. We lose to the Heat. Beat the Clippers by 12, so Grant Hill gets his first game ever against the Pacers. He's still averaging 20 points. Teaming up with Andre Miller, who was an all-star last year, I believe. Shaq seems to be a little more consistent. I don't know. Maybe not. Just thinking without Kobe, he should be getting the ball more. Pau Gasol was 3 for 10. Beat the Jazz by 16. Rafe LaFrentz with 28 points. That is a season high and 1 off a career high. Rose still scoring for the Jazz, the main threat. Carter gets 26, Dirk 22, Shaq double-double, Peyton with 15 assists. Powell was good. Everybody but Parker really was shooting really well. Parker did other things though, 3 boards, couple steals. Then we can't win in Miami. It was a bad second and third quarter. It got us down. We got Nick Van Exel's probably first triple-double of his career. It sure is. We gave up a triple-double to Nick Van Exel. What in the world is that? I mean, they had 2 other guys with 12 boards, one with 8. They just had all sorts of rebounds. Sabonis doesn't say he's retiring yet. Still going with Miami. We didn't have anybody with over 7 rebounds. And they had Nick Van Exel with 10. We shot lots of free throws. Shaq missed 10 of them. Carter wasn't great. Marion shot too much. Peyton had 4 steals but didn't score really. Not a good look. We shot actually better percentage than them somehow. And made more threes. So it was really the rebounds, it seems, that made the difference. Bounced back and barely beat the Sixers by 5. Wally Serbiak with 24. Is that Birdman with a double-double? How many of those does he have? Okay. He's been starting for teams. Different team every year. Shaq 23 and 11. 6 steals for Peyton that time. Alright, let's get through January 1st. Well, we'll just go through the week. A top 3 protected first rounder from the Sixers and Wally Zerbiak for Wallace, and a protected from the Blazers. Well, that Blazers pick, well, that's year after. They could be better, I guess, but they're real bad right now. But we're going to look at what Wallace can get us later. That's probably not going to be it. Now Pau Gasol's hurt, so now Carmelo gets to play. At least I'm prepared for that. It says Steve Nash can play too. Whether he should or not is looking like a no. I think we'll give Wallace that back. Probably give Dirk a couple more. 32 looks good, actually. I'm not going to save that one. Once it gets to be 3 people, I'm going to guess it's not going to happen again. Day-to-day Nash and Kobe, so we're going to have some fun here in January, I hope. Actually, I'm just going to stop there and look at the stats, I think. So we won by 27. Mavericks are 15 and 15. Dirk led the way. Shaq didn't shoot very well. Peyton didn't either. Marion almost had a double-double. 2 for 7, Parker. I got Jamal McGlure leading the way. Last year's number 2 pick. Larry Hughes, pretty consistent here in his 4 years. Peja, 4th year in a row, averaging 20 points so far. Alright, let's go see the December stuff. No trades, no signings, no more staff stuff. Wesley Person broke his leg. He's averaging 10 points now in back-to-back seasons. We got fake guys out 1 to 2 months. Joe Smith broke his ankle. Big time scorer for, well, dependable scorer for the Mavericks. First look at the award races. MVP. Shaq has jumped up to almost 20 points per game in Kobe's absence. If I can just look at the split stats here. December has been good to Shaq, shooting 61% as well. And hopefully not too bad fatigue-wise. Chris Webber, Marbury, Gary Payton here in 4th. Field goals keep going down because he has so many 5 for 16 games. Assists are back up to second most of his career. Steals are good stuff. Gonna have to re-sign him, can't forget that. Paul Pierce averaging 26 points per game. They did lose Ewing as he went to the Grizzlies. Rookie of the Year, Eddie Curry. The number 1 pick is, oh, that's me. That's Pau Gasol. Never mind. Joe Johnson, though, I did call that he'd be having to score a lot. He's only 74 overall. For other teams, wouldn't even be playing. But he's on the Knicks, who have nobody. 6-man Gugliotta, 17 points per game. Robert Horry was in this last year, too. Maybe even the year before. He just gets lots of stats for the Grizzlies as their Super 6-man. David Wesley, Kurt Thomas, and Corliss. Divas player Shaq's in the lead somehow. Chris Webber scoring down a little bit, but they did get Michael Jordan on their team, so that makes sense. Duncan Robinson and Karolinko for the Nuggets. Most improved, of course, Mike Miller's there. That makes sense. Rashard Lewis stepping it up for the Nuggets. Birdman we already looked at. Dirk is here. Dirk is almost shooting 50% from the field and from 3. He's 69 of 139. That's cool. Jacques Vaughn randomly here. Alright, season awards for December. We already saw Peyton, so no Pacers since then, but Elton Brand got it a couple times. Player of the Month, Brandon Pierce, so no repeats so far around the league there. Rookie of the Month, Joe Johnson and Jefferson repeat. And our first look at the All-Star voting, of course Iverson and Marbury, nobody's going to touch them. Michael Jordan probably not going to make it. His scoring has gone back down. Be cool if he could make it. How many times has he been an All-Star? 16. So he didn't make it 1 year. So 2000 he didn't make it, which was this year. Huh, that's weird since he averaged more than the 2 years around it, but okay. I think it might have been because the Heat were pretty good. You'd think it'd actually be easier for him to pass some of these people. We'll see. The front court, Weber, Robinson, and Duncan. Pierce has a chance to get in there. Kevin Garnett is averaging a bit more. Rebounds aren't there to get because they've got Duncan. Grant Hill's probably going to make it. And in the East, Peyton running away with it as the starter. And along with Kidd, we got Ray Allen. Kobe didn't make it last year because he was hurt too much in the beginning of the year, and it looks like that might be the case this time as well. That's going to be pretty stupid. How many games did he end up playing last year? 59, but he missed probably all 23 of those were at the beginning of the year because he was coming off of something terrible. Front court, Dirk is pretty close to joining Shaq as a starter. That would be awesome to have 3 starters. Carter's not quite in it. 10th spot. Alright, mock draft. Looks like the Suns are so bad that they're giving the Raptors the #1 pick. We do have 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 8th, 9th, potentially. Definitely won't be using all those. I mean, a couple people I'd even be interested in having in this draft. Marbury and Iverson still leading the way. Pierce closing in. Anton Jameson's 4th. That's sneaky. Grant Hill's averaging more than anybody on my team, but Kobe doesn't qualify. That's the only reason. Alright, anything I want to change? We saw that GP probably should take a minute away from him, but right now it's to Tony Parker, and he's not doing very well. So maybe once Nash comes back, we'll take away some PT from Peyton. Richardson's got his percentage up. His threes are really good, 39%. Ginobili's at 41. So maybe I should give another one to Richardson over Ginobili. Ben Wallace. Is now the time I look at trades for him. Sean Marion, look at that, 49%. Started half the games he's played. Threes are awful. 1 for 11. I don't know what's wrong with Vince Carter's threes. So I think once I get Kobe and Nash back, we'll look into the trades, which should be within like this game right here. Let's just go through it and see. We've got to scout people. Might as well just grab all the real people in sight. We just won by 33. I thought maybe I'd get Kobe or Nash back right then. I don't really want them to come back here. Because then I got to figure out whether they're playing in the back-to-back. Dirk with a double-double. 3 blocks. Vince had 4 blocks. Shaq had 5 blocks. Had 14 as a team. Peyton kind of close to a triple-double. Oh, I meant to give Richardson more minutes. Oops, now it's probably not going to matter. Just do it here real quick. Kobe Bryant is back. Is Nash back? No. Well, Kobe Bryant gets the start. Is he starting with Marion? Probably. So let's just do it this way. Alright, then he's not going to play quite as much as he was. Ginobili, I might just take out of the rotation here for a little bit. Just get these in the right order so I can see them better. Carter needs to play more, I know that much. Except he should be the small forward with Kobe. We'll do 30 minutes. That seems still like too much. He broke his ankle. $27. And Vince should be the one ending the game here. 26. Let's try that. For at least the first game of this back-to-back. Oh boy. So now we get to redo all that. Actually, we're just going to load the normal lineup and then we'll go from there. Whoops. I don't know that we're going to be 9-man because Richardson's the one playing over Ginobili. So let's switch those. Alright, we said we were going to play Peyton less when Nash was back. But I don't really want Nash to play a whole lot more either. We could do... Peyton could play one less shooting guard somewhere, I guess. I think Marion's going to play, because I don't want Richardson playing all these minutes. Let's do this. Same sort of thing somewhere over here. $17. Marion's at 7. We got Kobe now at 30. That was more than I had him. I think I had something like that. 28, yeah, sure. And then Pal's going to be back soon. We'll get through the week like this, probably. Oh, I had Dirk playing more, too. Alright. I forgot to, I don't need to do all these injury rehabs anymore. Alright, well, it's helpful to get good guys back. Beat the Sonics by 33, so this was Garnett and Duncan. Garnett had a double-double, Duncan did not. They were combined 9 for 29. Smits and Willis were also awful. 39-year-old Kevin Willis still going. Vince Carter, 32 points. 5 3-pointers. So this was when Kobe and Nash come back. Vince Carter decides to go off with also 8 assists. Okay. Shaq kind of took a back seat to everyone. And then 16, so we get our revenge on the Heat, who beat us last week. Dirk with 34, only missed 4 shots. Shaq, 15 boards. Peyton, another terrible shooting game. Carter with another double-double. 10 rebounds for Ben Wallace. Van Exel didn't get a triple-double this time. That's good. Alright, so here's where we're going to look into some trades, I think. I don't know what just happened. Although Powell's not back yet, so it won't be Wallace, but Vince Carter seems like we should trade while he's high. He's scoring lots, but we don't really need it. Richardson is stepping it up, doing well. We got Ginobili, who hopefully will hit it off at some point. Do they have potential? Both A minuses, which is above what Carter's is. Carter, we'd have to match any offer to him, and I don't think we're going to do that. So let's just see what Vince alone brings. A first and Wally Zerbiak. Pfizer D'Alembert. A first and Foyle, Red and Mason. Jalen Rose, who's been a Pacer. We drafted him long ago. Mourning, who's also been a Pacer. Mobley, Kwame. Jamal McGlure would give some depth at center. Henderson, Antoine, and McKee. Something like that. Bringing Pippen back could make a lot of sense. That also just reminded me it'd be cool to trade for Michael Jordan in his final year. But I don't think he's eligible yet. He might be. Forget what the limit is. But Pippen in a first. He does have another year left. But he's much better defender. 96. He has no quickness anymore. That is interesting, because he doesn't have to score nearly as much as what Vince Carter does. I like that. You get triple-double Nick Van Exel back on the Pacers too. Glenn Rice. So all these guys that were former Pacers are being offered back. Along with first-round picks. Because while he does have an expiring contract, it's restricted, so they can keep him around. I'm going to go click on Michael Jordan. Oh, he is eligible. Ben Wallace and Eldon Campbell. Well, that sounds pretty good. What about Jordan and Pippen? Hey, those are the exact two guys I would want to trade. We could play Marion at power forward until Gasol comes back. Although I guess Wallace is the center. Gasol, Malone can play some center for a little bit. I don't know how it's going to get any better than that. Jordan and Pippen. That's just something fun to do. Before I commit, let's go ahead and put Wallace with Carter just to see. Tracy McGrady is back from injury. I don't think his potential is high. B+, but it's the same pretty much as Carter. He's just a couple of years younger. Jalen, Peja McGlure. Did they throw on? Eldon Campbell. Francis and Jackson, those two guys I don't want. Although if I was looking to go younger, that would make sense. Dikembe. Zadrunas and Mashburn. That actually makes my team better if I do that, but don't need either one of them. What about Wallace on his own? He's actually a half star less than Carter, but he makes more money, so it might be some different offers. Miller and Ratliff. Mourning in a second. Kemp in a first. It's like getting a guy kind of like Wallace who doesn't score but rebounds and blocks would be great. That's like Dikembe Mutombo or Theo Ratliff. Ratliff was already on my team before, I believe. Okay, then there are some picks that I don't want, like the Warriors, who are good and will continue to be good if I trade with them. Give them Vince Carter. Who else is good on here? The Nuggets, Grizzlies, probably. Guess I can look here. Timberwolves and Nuggets, Warriors, Grizzlies. Carter. Anton Jameson wasn't there before. They really got traded for each other on draft night. Jackson and Harrington. Guessing these are going to be generally the same. Mike Bibby. Well, it is 2 versus a star and a half. I want to see if anything changes with the Warriors. No. Well, do I do it now? Or wait? Problem is there could be an injury that throws all this off. Carter and Pippen. So I can get Pippen and a first just for Carter. For Jordan, I could trade pretty much just Wallace. So it seems like I should be able to get Jordan, Pippen, and a first. But I'd rather have a third guy. Probably a center if I'm trading Wallace. Be really cool if it just popped up Carter and Wallace. They have too many players. How many players do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I should be able to take one from them without trading a third person. We might just have to put it up there. So that's pretty much what I was hoping for right here. But it would be nice to get a person back. Is that possible? Well, why can't they just sign somebody? Why? So I'd have to find somebody that has a full team? That's stupid. Alright, so the reason I'm doing this is because Carter is going to be needing re-signed and he shoots too much. I've got Kobe and Richardson. Plus, they'll get Michael Jordan for 1 year. Try to win him a title before he retires, since it never happened. Pippen. So Jordan plays instead of Carter. Pippen plays instead of the Richardson Marion, I guess. And then Eldon's actually good enough to play a little bit if he needs to. And Wallace we're getting rid of because he has had just injury after injury, and he's about to accept a player option to be paid even more. So they make together over 11 million, and these guys together make 9.5. Pippen will possibly play one more year. I think that's okay. He's 82. We'll go down probably maybe to 80. And we get a first-round pick. So I'm going to just see if I can take something else from them, because why not? They added Malone for Stephen Hunter. No thanks. They added... That's my pick? Top 3. Well, you can just have it. I'm happy to swap one of my picks that will not be any good at all for one of yours. Because if I do it protected, then it locks up my 04 as well, and I don't want to do that. They added Eldon Campbell and Stephen Hunter. I feel like if I try this now, it's probably not going to work. But that was the original deal. They added Campbell and Hunter again. We only have like a week until the trade deadline, so it's not like we're doing it super early. So I do it that way. I asked for their 05 and they added an 06. Okay, why not? We're making things fun here. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen coming to the Pacers. All right, we got to do some changes here. Jordan is going to be 45 here on the Pacers. Who the heck is 45? I made Campbell 45. Because he can't be 41 or 5. Richards is going to be 23. Pippen before was his Team USA number, which I believe was 8, which is Kobe Bryant. Well, this is getting more difficult. Not that he has to be. He can't be 33 because it's retired for Clark Kellogg. Was he always... Looks like he was always 8 on Team USA. From the trusty Google. I don't know what he was in college. Looks like 33. So, what about just 3? He could be just 3. The other thing we could do is, nope, Jordan can't be his USA number either because it's 9 and that's Tony Parker. So we're going to not care about Eldon Campbell, I think. He's going to be number 42. Everybody else is fine. We're going to make Jordan a small forward, I think, because he's 38 years old. And guess that's it. So overall, we pretty much got the same in return. Name value, we got much more in return. Got older, but got a little more flexible in salary. Because we were, whoops, that's not what I wanted. Where's the finance thing? That was at 77, I think. Maybe 75. But either way, we are now looking better because Carter won't need to be re-signed. Wallace won't accept his player option that was making like third on the team, something crazy. Fourth, I guess. Alright, now we've got a whole bunch of rotation stuff to do. We traded 46 minutes of rotation away. We have a game upcoming. I kind of want to try something where they're both tired. They might have just played, so I don't want them to play. I don't know that I can sign somebody still, if I'm still over the hard cap. Probably not. It says I can. Okay. Well, I need, I think, a center still. A center or power forward. So did I get under the hard cap then? Some of these, most of these guys are fake. Stanley Roberts, Dean Garrett, Chris Dudley. Be fun for Shaq and Dudley to practice against each other. Eric Montross is hurt. Andrew Lang. These are not good options. Sharon Wright is under 30 at least. Do we have anybody that's a system match? Dean Garrett and Clifford Rozier. I'd like somebody that has defense and rebounding. Let's go to overall. Interior D and rebounding. Coswell can defensively rebound and 75 at defense, so he might be the one. Matt Fish can't rebound very well. It's the first time I've signed someone during the season in so many seasons. I think it's going to be Dwayne Coswell. He's old. Whatever. He has accepted. I stole him from some G League team. He's going to be number 4, I guess. Which I'm going to look up randomly to see what... I know he's 31, but that can't be because I'm hoping Reggie Miller gets his jersey retired. The only other number Dwayne Coswell was in his career was 4, so I guess that works. And we're doing that so that Jordan and Pippen don't have to play. So this is going to be fun. We're going to put Malone. So really it's not that much different. It's just Eldon Campbell's playing for Gasol. We got Marion and Richardson in. So it's not going to be too terrible, I don't think. We're probably going to play Manu. We're definitely not playing Campbell that much. I'd rather not Malone and Campbell play together ever, if possible. Or at least very limited where they do. Still got Kobe kind of making his way back. Don't want to overdo it. We will let Malone play a little bit of center, I guess. And then I said I was going to play Manu because this is ridiculous for Sean Marion. Like that. You can play these. Something like that. Marion 19, Richardson 22, Manu 8. I want Richardson to be my 6th man. 16, 22, 11. Sure. And then we're going to have to redo that all when I simulate probably just this next game. Again, we're letting Jordan and Pippen have a rest. Gasol's going to be back soon. We are 10-man, right? Yep. Alright, here we go. Oh, we do have a back-to-back. So let's... be funny if... Oh, this could be MJ's last chance in Charlotte. So let's simulate one game and then... Foil in a second for Malone, no thanks. We won by 59. Didn't expect that. Page at 4 for 13. They were 28 for 90, so they're like under 30% shooting. Dirk had a 30-point double-double. Kobe fouled out. Shaq had 6 blocks. Sean Marion with probably a career high. Nope, season high though. Gary Payton double-double. Nash double-double. Karl Malone, decent. Eldon Campbell gets 8 boards in his season debut. A couple blocks too. Alright, so now let's put Pal's now day-to-day. Michael Jordan is coming in. Except, I think I want to save this. No, I shouldn't have to. It'll be pretty easy, I think. He is tired. Pippen is sluggish. Has Jordan not started any games in his career? It's going to be his first game off the bench. Looks like he's not started one this year. That's the only one. Well, you're going for a title here, MJ. Put your ego to the side. You technically could be our starting small forward probably, but I don't know if that'll help Peyton get better. Nash, I think, is kind of stuck. He's an A- potential. He might still go up a couple. Game is like paused right now. Waiting for, there we go. Alright, so it's going to be Ginobili that's not going to be playing as much. We got to redo this stuff. I feel like I'd rather have Malone in when Shaq's not. But that would mean Malone should probably be center. I don't know. I don't know. Let's do center there. Alright, we had Kobe not playing quite so much still. We got Michael Jordan, I think is going to be the first guy off the bench. And I want Shaq to be in for just a little while that happens. Okay. And then Jordan can finish the half. He can be here. $14. Why didn't I put Pippen in too? I guess I could. $20 for Jordan. Sounds good. We will save that as, just save it over something we don't need anymore. We don't have Ben Wallace anymore, so. This is with MJ. Sure. Okay. Michael Jordan's on the Pacers. Can't get over that. He's going to be the sixth man at this point. He's only 82 overall. I don't feel too bad about that. We could. Okay, so it makes no sense at this point to not play Pippen too, right? Okay, Coswell out of there. And then that's going to help me get Elton Campbell out of the rotation. Because Sean Marion can play power forward while Malone takes all the center minutes. So let's do that all first. Malone center everywhere that Shaq is out. And then Sean Marion is power forward everywhere else. Where's Sean Marion? Right here. Here. And then Scottie Pippen gets to play somewhere. Alright, let's get Pippen here. 7? That doesn't seem like enough. Richardson doesn't need to play. Here. Jordan at 21. Malone has too many at this point. That's probably not good there. Whoops. Okay, so in that case... Oh my gosh. Please just let it... There we go. I think I'd rather Jordan play there. Pippen give him a little break. And that's Marion. So Marion and Pippen, when they're in, who are they with? They're with mostly Shaq, Richardson, Nash. I guess that's fine. Alright, so this is now the with MJ lineup. Then once Powell comes back, we'll adjust it a little more, because then it will be Marion probably not playing. This is going to be fun, I hope. Hopefully we didn't just make ourselves lose. Let's see the first game. It's in Charlotte. Pacers win by 3. This is the team we lost to already this year. Big Dog gets 25 on us. Mo Peterson gets 23. Dirk leads the way with 21. Kobe only 16. Marion gets 15 in 14 minutes. Michael Jordan comes in, does not miss a shot. 12 points, 4 for 4, makes 4 free throws. Steve Nash was terrible. Pippen didn't shoot well and also didn't do anything else. Where are his rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks that I'm used to? Peyton, 1 for 7. Malone, 0 for 4. Okay, that wasn't good. But seeing Peyton, Jordan, Pippen, and Malone and Shaq all on the same team is pretty fun. I've not done all these things, have I? Body work, individual, sure. Team system, sure. Do a little conditioning. Do some low things. Everything's medium. We got a day off. Team system. Lots and lots of team systems. Alright. I think I'll go with that rotation until Powell comes back, which is right now. And we're going to still go through this day. I want to do one day without. Foil again in a second for Malone. We win by 46. Michael Jordan led the team with 23 points. That's fun. Dirk with a double-double. Shaq. Seems like Kobe has not been great since coming back from his injury. But we also just had a Michael Jordan who takes some shots. But it's just for this season, unlike Vince Carter, which was going to be an ongoing issue. Richardson with 12 points. Gary Payton has been so bad shooting. We will go ahead and fix his minutes now. Powell is back, which means it's probably Parker that needs to go down. He didn't do so well. Alright, let's do my normal lineup, and then we'll just do the switches. So that's Powell. This is Malone. This is, well, let's just do Pippen for now. And then we're not going to let Peyton play as much. But where? Maybe let's let Jordan in the games. Better defender. And that should help me do something different here with Peyton. He lost 2, Nash lost 1. That seems okay. We've got to switch these. Pippen's small forward. We might be able to still get Richardson in the rotation, not sure. Jordan's definitely not going to play 31 minutes. Let's do something a little different here. Jordan and Shaq in together, that's fun. Malone's at 13. Powell's just coming back, so he doesn't need to play quite that many. $16-15. Pippen 22. I think we can get Richardson in here. Maybe to start the quarter. And maybe a little bit of a break there. Just to get him a little playing time. Let's give one more to Jordan. How much was Pippen playing for the Warriors? And what's his stamina? 90, so he can still play. Alright, so we got Jordan, Pippen, Powell, Malone, and then Richardson playing just a little bit. We'll see if that needs to stay or not. Marion is really the one that deserves to play, but Richardson's probably got a little more upside. Marion doesn't shoot as much. What's his tendency? 75. So, well, it's about the same. Okay. So let's save that as the new normal lineup. And see how this team goes. I'm guessing his stamina's... Oh, I didn't already look at it. It's 80 or something. 81. So why is he winded? I don't know. Alright, let's get going here. We've slowed down the pace. We beat the Nuggets by 16. They're 32-7, so battling with the Pacers for the best record in the league. We tried to do as bad as we could in the fourth quarter, it looks like. Lost by 12. David Robinson, we held to 8 points. Looks like maybe he got hurt. No, well, he could have, I guess, but he's back. Kobe leads the way with 23. Shaq with a 2012 game. Terrible from the line. Jordan gets to the line a lot. Doesn't do well otherwise. Peyton, 7-12, so maybe playing less is going to help him. Karl Malone, 14 points off the bench. Dirk didn't do much. Nash, 3 steals. Pippen didn't make a field goal, neither did Richardson. Keep on rolling. We beat the Celtics. Go ahead and keep scouting the real guys here. Got Matt Barnes, Luis Scola. Smush. Would you like to stop simulating? I think I'm good on the trades now. I think there's nobody else that I really would be looking at trading. Maybe Manu, but we're going to have to wait to see. We're going to have some retirements that are going to affect some things, so no. 3 wins. There's a 40-point win over the Celtics. They're actually a good team. Kobe Bryant, 29. Dirk, 19. Nash probably doesn't need to be scoring as much. Please get more than 3 assists. Shaq with 18. Powell with 12. Jordan only had 8 in that one. Pippen had a much better game. 3 steals, 7 assists. Meanwhile, Kendall Gill and Stackhouse leading the way. Beat the Magic by 19. They're decent. Shaq with a monstrous game. Kobe and MJ both with 15. Richardson 0 for 4, so maybe those 5 minutes aren't needed. We might change that at the All-Star break. Jermaine, Bobby Jackson getting 18. I don't see Elton Brand, he must be hurt. Beat the Cavs by 27. They're not good. Kobe's been leading the team now ever since I said something about him being not so great. Coming back from injury. Dirk with 19. I still don't know that Kobe's going to make the All-Star team because he missed so many games. Jordan 12 and 7. No rebounds though. DeMar Johnson leads the team. This is not a good team. Alright, I forgot. So 25th is the start of the All-Star break. So let's just not do... We can do some team bonding. Sounds good. Go attend the events together. Do a strength session, sure. Oh, probably not a medium scrimmage. Probably a conditioning, though. Get all these. Alright, get through these 2 games now. Kobe Bryant has sprained his ankle. That's, I think, the same ankle he broke earlier in the season. Well, we've got a pretty good replacement. Michael Jordan ready to go. I think it said day to day, but even if he's back, we're going to let him rest. Jordan. And then this is, so Nash is going to end the game again. Jordan's not going to play 34 minutes, I know that much. So, let's do, that needs to be Pippen closest to the end of the game. Probably going to get Marion in a little bit. Yeah, we'll let Richardson be the first guy off the bench. Jordan's at 30. He should not be the small forward, or he should be the small forward, probably over Richardson. Let's do this. Pippen at 23. Oh, whoops. That's actually right. Pippen 23, Richardson 20, Marion 9, Jordan's at 30. We can probably give Powell another 1. This is now my no Kobe lineup. We shouldn't need this one anymore. Okay, 17. Alright, last game of first half of the season. Kobe is back. We're going to leave it. So we beat the Hawks by 19. That was one of the teams we lost to earlier, I think. Yeah, there's by 2, so a month or so later. Get our revenge. Lamar Odom gets 20 again. Jameson's still averaging over 20. Shaq leads the way. Kobe got to play 30 minutes before spraining his ankle and leaving. Jordan only had 8. 1 for 5, Powell. Pippen had 5 turnovers. We had 21 turnovers. That's not good. Beat the Wolves by 20, though. That's a big win. Shaq, 26 and 11. Jordan, in his first start as a Pacer, gets 15 points. Nash, double-double. Karl Malone, 3 for 8. Maggette, 25 points. He's averaging 19. Where was he in most improved? Gugliotta, is he starting now, or is he still doing this off the bench? He's still doing it off the bench. Oh boy. He's backing up Mashburn, who fouled out. And Maggette's a shoot. Who's their power forward? They're starting Michael Bradley? No. He did play 30 minutes, though. I don't know what's happening. Maybe they're starting Ilgauskas and Longley. That's terrifying. Alright, let's go see who made the All-Star team first. Any other transactions other than what I did? The Pistons have fired Caleb Rogers and hired Pete Tatum, which was the Suns' former coach, so that's not going to go anywhere. No signs, no trades. That was the only trade of the season. That's really weird. I actually put trades up a little bit in the settings, the computer trades, but I guess it didn't matter. Allen Iverson. Oh my god. Well, things can't get worse for the Suns. Ruptured Achilles for their only good player. So they're definitely going to be the, number one odds for the top pick, but the Raptors have the ownership of the pick. Sam Cassell starting point guard for the Grizzlies. That's a big deal to them. Grant Hill had a spinal injury. So, guessing he was about to be an all-star. Not anymore. Shaq and Peyton still up there. Weber broke his wrist. Peyton's field percentage has not gone up. It seems like he's been doing better since I took his minutes down. He still wants to re-sign, so we got to do that. Rookie of the Year, Randolph, who was the 15th pick. That's cool. Sixth man, Williamson passed Gugliotta. Chris Mem averaging 14 points per game. Defensive player, Shaq still at the top. McDyess is in here. He gets all sorts of rebounds. Most improved, Carter is now at the top with the Golden State Warriors logo next to him. Curious if he is averaging more in January. So maybe next to Chris Webber, he will be even better. Wish him the best of luck. He was the second pick. I also had the 7th pick where I got Dirk. Somehow he dropped that far. A couple more players of the week. McGrady Kid. Still haven't had anybody for the Pacers in a while. And the All-Stars are Peyton and Shaq will be starting, along with Kid, Big Dog Olajuwon, Ray Allen, and Mr. Triple Double Nick Van Exel. Dirk makes his first All-Star game, along with Rashid and Elton Brand, Jermaine. So a couple Magic players there, and then Damon Stoudemire. So Kobe doesn't make it for the second straight year because of injuries. That's so sad. In the West, Allen Iverson and Weber both won't play. So there'll be a couple substitutes. We got Robinson and Pierce starting. Miller, Anderson, Timmy Duncan, Mashburn, Grant Hill is also hurt. Warriors have Francis along with Weber. So there's going to be 3 different guys subbed out here in the West. Dunk contest, Jason Richardson's in there. With Mason, Miles, and Bonzi Wells has been in it several times. 3-point contest, Dirk. Almost the best percentage of all these, along with Peja. A couple Lakers and Pearson Starks. Starks does not say he's retiring. He is just a scoring machine. Might be a Hall of Famer. Yes, I just said that. John Starks may be a Hall of Famer. Rookies. J. Rich is there. It's pretty cool. My rookies usually don't get to play that much, but he's played, I think, in every game. Kmart. At least they're all real people. So Gasol doesn't make it, probably mostly because he was hurt. I'm going to go try to guess who's going to sub in for the West. So instead of Iverson, I guess Miller will start, and then they'll add probably Terry. Weber. Duncan will take his place as a starter. I don't remember if McDyess and Abdurrahim were both on there or not. It'd be cool if Vince Carter ends up making it. How close did we get with Kobe was 4th in voting, but didn't play enough to get named to reserve. Nash was 10th. Michael Jordan ended up 9th after shifting to the East. Let's go ahead and see. I guess I can. Pretty sure I traded that. No, I didn't. Kept it. I'm going to go ahead and add. Well, there's no trade offers now, so it doesn't matter. Alright, let's sim through here. We got a 2-point game in the Rising Stars. The team labeled the Sophomores won, which was not Jason Richardson's team. It was Chris Mim, who for some reason is a scoring machine. Jason Richardson wins the dunk contest. I think he might have won it last year too. And Isaiah Ryder, 3-point winner. The East did win by 5. Even with Paul Pierce's 25-point effort. Who's new here? So they did add Terry. I don't think Antoine Walker was in there before. Okay, so no Vince Carter. And it was Shaq leading the way with 18. Peyton had a double-double. Dirk, big 13-point outing. Cool, cool. Alright, and that's it for the first half of the season. I think I will go ahead and re-sign Gary Payton. Oh no. I'm pretty sure earlier I had the option of how many years. Or was that Shaq? Nope, it's... I wonder if that's something I've not noticed. Early in the season, you can decide how many years. But if you wait till later, it like locks it in. It's what the player wants. 4 years. He's going to be 37. And I can't change anything about it. My fear is if I don't sign him, I won't be able to make an offer to him. Okay, well, I'm going to wait the 2 weeks or whatever it is for the deadline, I guess. Let's see if there's any chance that changes. Probably not. Mock draft, Yao Ming's going to end up a Raptor, probably. Unless, well, I've lucked out with the lottery many, many times, so we'll see if it happens again. I forgot. Probably when I'm offline, I'll redo the mentors since I traded away Carter and Wallace, and now I've got Jordan and Pippen who can help some people. Here's the stats so far. So yeah, Kobe missed 18 games. Shaq's almost at 20. Dirk's been just tremendous, better than Garnett. I mean, obviously not as good at defense or rebounding, but scoring more. I don't know if anybody's mad. Marion's not super happy. Neither is Kobe. I don't know why. Maybe because he was hurt. Well, yeah, he just missed that last game, even though he's eligible to play. Probably need to go put him in so I don't forget, but I'll do that here in a second. 8.7 and 8.1. Peyton did lead last year, too. Kobe shooting the most. Dirk shooting lots of threes along with Nash. Then Kobe, Peyton, Pippen. Probably need to tame Pippen down a little bit. Shaq still getting to the line. Playoff picture, we are first. 8.5 up on the Nets, who have beat us twice. Pistons are awful. In the West, Nuggets are only 2 games up on Minnesota. Suns are awful. So we only got a 2-game lead on the Nuggets. They're now starting Jason Terry, it looks like. And the last thing I'll look at is league leaders here. 3 guys over 26 now, though Iverson's will be stuck there. A couple guys over 21. Stackhouse was not up there before. Mike Miller's almost top 10 scoring. Rebound, McDyess leading the way. What's Patrick Ewing doing as a Grizzly? 12 and almost 10. It's better than he did as a Laker. He's playing 4 minutes more at age 39. Assists, Andre Miller's above Kidd. Steals, GP leading the way. Blocks, Shaq dominating the field. Ostertag's up there and only playing, well, he's actually playing a lot, but not starting. Marbury, most turnovers. Antoine Walker fouling a lot. Shaq, the best from the field. Marbury shooting 3 times more per game than anybody. Shane Battier is amazing at threes. Mike Miller shooting lots of them and is also really, really good. Free throw percentage, Danny Ferry's perfect at him. Michael Jordan almost is. Shaq leading the way. Pretty sure Kobe was second then. Alright, we'll stop there and pick it up next time to see where the 40-5 Pacers can go. Thanks for tuning in. Shoe Shack Redemption is out.